It's Week 8 of the National Football League, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Texans on Monday Night Prime Time.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, everyone, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Herbert. And his first pass is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now they try the right side here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Drop to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Roquan Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, Chubb. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 23 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Caught by Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. They set up the screen to Chubb. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
2nd and 2. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Herbert just beat the play clock. Flushed out right. That's complete. Okuebuna. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 86 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1, because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 37. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35.
Here we go.
A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. A gain of 6 there on first. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert escaping the pressure right. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He completes it to Jones. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give. This is Chubb. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's got this down to the 35. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Herbert. Flush to his right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The 40, the 30, 10, 5. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken in at the 3. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, it's 9-0. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be in search of their initial points in the contest, trailing 9-0 as they begin with a 1st down. Herbert off of play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They toss it left side to Chubb. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I know you ain't got it. Warrior 70.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. They find some open field here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. Caught here by Griffin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Get ready.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Here's Griffin on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And now here's a carry heading left. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. He's got it. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking downfield for Jones.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert.
That's complete, Okuegbunam. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Hands it off out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Draymond Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He hits Adams, complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Marcus Mariota leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Jared Goff, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. The Bears' hot start continues as they run their mark to 6-1 with the victory there. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if they continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter
From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and 3.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Now it's Herbert.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
26, Mike, 26.
3rd and 2, Herbert.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff looking right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL in picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffin. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Complete. Richardson has it.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 8.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the second straight play. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts, not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that third one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
26, Mike, 26.
They run it again with Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now back to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With the middle linebacker to 4-3, so often the captain of the defense gets them all lined up, and the captain made a great read there to snuff that play out.
And as a running back, you've got to be saying, where did he come from? He covered a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and he was able to stop his man before he got back to the line of scrimmage.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop, it looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And his kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 7, Herbert. He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A run for Nick Chubb. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Chubb. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So that one will be accepted. Here's Herbert. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Looking downfield for Jones. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans send the punter out, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffin. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they try the right side here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting. In a stadium? Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They could put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert, a slant to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Looking downfield for Jones.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a handoff looking right. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Hey, take a shot now.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing them all sorts of trouble.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They begin this drive with Chubb. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert now. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. That's going to set him back 5 yards. False start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second and 9. Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
So they went a little cautious there on third and long.
And nothing wrong with that. Remember, they're playing with a lead right now. So getting a first down, yes, that would be great. But even more importantly, take care of the football. No turnovers, no big plays for the other team, and keep the clock moving.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now out comes Houston.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. On first down, it's Herbert.
And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Herbert.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Herbert throwing again. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter, and this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And to give this time to the tailback. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's going to keep this again.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. A first down and more for Edwards-Helaire.
And finally taken down at the 30-yard line.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that in this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
They'll back him up 5.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Steelers, they're back to 500 as they move to 4-4 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Houston, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.